A veteran analyst, a shocking comment, and a firing that absolutely blew up the media world. Today, we're breaking down the entire firestorm behind Matthew Dowd's sudden exit from MSNBC.
All right, before we jump in, if you're here for explainers that get right to the good stuff, take a quick second to hit like and subscribe so you never miss another breakdown.
Okay, let's get right into it. The whole story kicks off with a total bombshell announcement that had pretty much everyone talking.
So here's the headline. Just days after covering the assassination of conservative commentator Charlie Kirk, veteran political analyst Matthew Dowd was abruptly fired by MSNBC. I mean, it was sudden and it was final. Just gone.
So you gotta ask, right? What on earth could someone say on live television to get the axe that quickly?
Let's roll the tape back to the exact moment this all went sideways. We're going to break down the specific comments that lit the fuse on this entire controversy. So what did he say? Well, on air, Dowd did not mince words. He called the recently deceased Charlie Kirk a purveyor of hate speech. Pretty direct stuff. And he didn't stop there. He started to lay out his whole reasoning, his logic, arguing that hateful thoughts lead to hateful words, which then lead to hateful actions. See what he did there? He directly linked Kirk's commentary to a climate that produces real-world violence. He drew a straight line.
Okay, so you can probably guess what happened next. The internet did what the internet does. It absolutely exploded almost immediately. And we're not talking a small reaction here.
The response was swift, and it was fierce. Republican politicians immediately pounced on his comments. And in Dowd's own words, a right-wing media mob ginned up and went after me on a plethora of platforms, which just amplified the outrage everywhere. All right, now let's move to the fallout. This is where things build into a real showdown between the analyst and the corporation. The official statements start flying back and forth. Now, this is where it gets really interesting because you see this total clash of narratives. In a company-wide memo, MSNBC execs called Dowd's comments unacceptable and insensitive and said they were at odds with fostering civil dialogue. But Dowd fired right back on his Substack, saying he couldn't believe his thoughts were so misconstrued and basically accused MSNBC of caving to the mob. And just look at how fast all of this happened. It's insane. On Wednesday, Dowd makes the comments. By Friday morning, he's out. And then by Friday afternoon, he's already telling his side of the story. A 48-hour whirlwind from on-air analyst to unemployed. So, okay, one analyst gets fired. You might be wondering, why does this one incident matter so much in the grand scheme of things? Let's zoom out for a second and look at the bigger picture. Because this isn't just about Matthew Dowd, you know? His firing taps into this huge ongoing debate about the rules of modern political commentary. What even is civil dialogue anymore? Is there a line for what pundits can say on air? And this same nerve was hit when Ezra Klein wrote a New York Times obituary for Kirk that also sparked this massive online disagreement. And all of this leaves us with the central question. What do you think this was? Was this a major network having a complete meltdown and just caving to pressure? Or was it an analyst who crossed a line and faced a fair, totally justified consequence? Yeah, there's no easy answer here, and that's exactly why we want to hear from you. Was MSNBC right, or was Dowd? Drop your take in the comments below. Let's really get the conversation started. And hey, if you got some value out of this breakdown, hit that like button and subscribe for more explainers that get straight to the point. Thanks for watching.